All right, we are back. Psychic Shari YouTube channel. Here with Sherry
Hi.
Klein. We've got our
Hi.
usual lineup for today. We've got a YouTube channel subscriber guest. Sherry did a review or reading a few days ago, and we'll see how that turned out. We're also going to talk to Sherry something really interesting. I think the future of technology as told to Sherry by her spirit guides. So
Yeah.
we'll see what kind of technology is in our future. That should be fun.
Uh-huh.
I know Sherry's. You've told me a few of them, and they're really interesting. So
Uh-huh. Yeah, it is.
sees it too. So uh, as usual, we'll do a little bit of alphabet messages. Sherry will provide some spiritual guidance to everybody here watching this video, either live or in the future. Discuss any topics you might have you want to talk about. Sherry's going to do some reads for you viewers. So if you have a question or you want a reading, just post a comment in the chat section. We'll get to you as soon as we can. All right, so we'll start it off as usual with our mini read from a YouTube channel subscriber. This is Hippie Chick, although I don't think that's her real name. You gave her a reading a few days ago. Really was kind of interesting. So let's take a look at that.
Okay. All right. Hi, hippie. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine.
Good, good. All right. Let me just scan your energetic field here just a bit. Okay. When I look at your aura, we love the way that you can put on a brave face even when you don't feel like it, because it feels like that. It feels like you've been a punching bag. Do you feel like you've just had a lot of things happening to you and you almost can't get your breath, and then uh, things happen again? It almost knocks you to your feet. Has that been happening?
Yeah, it's just, I think getting old, it's knocks you to your feet.
Okay. Yeah, this seems to be like a lot of different things, and it might be coming from different people too. But you're pretty good at almost just holding your hand out and walking away from people if they start to get on your nerves, or if they it it just feels like you're good at walking away, when before they told me many years ago you would almost, I guess I want to say, take the abuse, even though it could have just been verbally, but you used to would keep your mouth shut, you would keep the abuse, and now you're like, you know what? Very short fuse. Okay, so we're in your energy. One thing that they show me too is a lot of things are going to start to take off for you. Um, they just show me you standing inside of a tornado, and a lot of different things, a lot of opportunities are going to open up for you, but they're saying that you have to kind of jump on them, because it's almost like a door that opens, but it'll close quickly. So they're saying, watch what you think about and what you wish for, because they're telling me you're getting pretty good at manifesting. So, so you want to make sure that your thoughts are kind of what you want, because you have about 17 seconds to switch your thought. All right, so let's scan back here just a bit. One thing that they're showing me is that you might be going through a lot of your closets and things of this nature. Are you wanting to have a yard sale or get rid of things?
I just had one.
Okay. All right. Sometimes I can't tell because there's no time.
Right.
On the other, I can't tell if it just happened, if it's happening now or getting ready to. Okay, perfect. So we love out with the old and then in with the new. And they're almost saying you don't even have to replace things. We kind of like less is more. Um, do you like to entertain people? Because they're showing me that there's going to be a lot of get-togethers or people coming to your home throughout the summer, and it might not be like a bunch of people, but do you like to cook and have cookouts or something and people come to your home?
No, since my brother passed, we really don't do none of that anymore.
Okay, so your spirit team is asking you, why not? Because are you still in contact with some of your family members?
Yes.
Okay. So that might be something that you guys can kind of get back into doing that will kind of keep that bond together, and help everybody kind of hash things out and kind of, I almost, thank you, Irene. She's saying almost to kind of, uh, I guess they're saying maybe grieve together. How long has your brother been on the other side?
A year and 4 months,
Okay. What's his
and that's
first
why.
name?
Well, I don't get no signs from him anymore, so I was wondering if he's still around, or when you go to the other side, do you like never come back?
Oh no, they always come back. There sometimes if somebody's grieving a lot, and people, I get that, that's a very common question. Ask him for signs, and it might come in dreams. It doesn't mean that he's vanished. He can, all you have to do is think of him and he's there. And so the more that you talk with him, ask him for certain signs.
I keep
Say,
doing that, and he doesn't give me any.
okay, then maybe he'll come to you in dreams. Um, and it doesn't mean that he's not listening, but they do a lot of things on the other side. But has there been people in the family that have said that they've had signs from him?
Yes.
Okay, because that's what they're telling me. Sometimes I'm asking Irene, Irene's my joy guide. I'm asking her, why is she not hearing him? Sometimes she's telling me that um, the grief sometimes can be so overwhelming, and that can kind of block some of the energy because it's all energy, it's telepathy. Um, they are telling me, do you have things of his? They keep showing me certain items of your brother's. Do you have some of his items?
A lot of his items. He used to be a wood carver, and he's made a lot of wood, and I have every single thing that he's almost made.
Okay. Because they're just showing me that even some of it holds more energy of his than others. So you could just sit and maybe hold something and then try talking with him and say, give me a sign. It doesn't mean that you're going to see him manifest in front of you. You could, but that's highly unlikely. Pay attention to how your body feels. Are you getting cold chills? Are you getting warm? Do you see something move out of the corner of your eye? Irene tells me that you see things move out of the corner of your eye. Is that correct?
I see black dots.
That's it. So that's a start. And they're also saying pay attention to your dog because a lot of times they can see spirit a lot quicker and more easily than humans. Do you see where the dog acts like that she sees something and no one's there?
Yeah, she looks up at the ceiling.
There. So right there, when she does that, look where she's looking and start talking to your brother.
Do they get to see their animals when they pass?
Absolutely. And all of their family members, anyone that's ever crossed, not only from this earth, this time, but from all of their other incarnations. So life continues after the change called death. So when he crosses over, they're met with their spirit team, all their loved ones. No one is left behind. And then it's a big reunion. And if they need to, they'll go to a healing chamber. If people were really sick or had issues with drugs or alcohol, sometimes they'll go into a healing chamber to kind of cleanse them. But then they also go through, it's anything they want. They think of it and then they're there. Then they get counseled. Then they get to see their life review. It's a wonderful place. They don't have the heaviness of this earth. This is one of the hardest earths there is. So they don't have any aches and pains in the body.
That's good because he died of cancer.
He what? I'm sorry.
That's good because he died of lung cancer.
Okay. Yeah, all of that is gone. There's no sadness. They're all met regardless of how anybody lived. The good, the bad, it doesn't matter. They're all met with overwhelming love. And again, the body, they give me, Irene told me one time, she said, when you're in a pool and your body is like weightless, That's the way it is on the other side. This is just a suit. This is just a costume. And then the soul continues to live. And yeah, so when you get to the other side, of course, he'll be waiting there for you and you will see him again. And don't think that if you call on him and then you will, thank you, Irene. She says you will start to feel him. Pay attention to those dots. Pay attention to those dreams. Feels like he wants to come to you in your dreams. That's going to be the easiest because that way he can get through your analytical mind. When you're so analytical, that will block it as well. And thank you. They're also telling me he might come through in songs. That's very easy for them to do as well. So if you're in your car, it could be a song that he liked, or it could be just something that reminds you of him. So
Right.
the name of the game, Irene is saying, is to raise your vibration. Dance if you like to dance. Listen to upbeat music. If you like to paint, if you like to sing, whatever that is, raise your vibration. That will be easier for him to contact you because
Okay.
they vibrate at a very high level. They have to lower their vibration. And like in mediums, then we raise ours and then we meet. So they're saying if you want to contact, dance and have fun, think about him and then hold something that was his. If you could hold any type of jewelry, anything, and it's wood stuff, and then that will help to call it in. And then ask him what you want to see. Pay attention to, because they can come through in a lot of different ways. Pay attention to how you feel too. When you see your little doggy looking up in the corner, pay attention. Wait a minute. Did I get a shift? Did it start to get cooler or hotter in the room? Did I start to feel anxious? Did I start to, thank you, Irene. Did I start to feel like I wanted to cough or a heaviness in my chest? Because you said he died of lung cancer. So pay attention to your body because it will pick up on those subtle cues.
All right. Well, that was really interesting, really relevant, not just for Hippie Chick, but for anybody that's grieving a passing of a loved one. You know,
Right.
hopefully they can take something from this reading. Although
Yeah.
her, I mean, there's a lot that they could other people could gain from it. So that was really interesting.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to know how you can be on the show and get a free reading from Shari, it's simple. Send us an email, sherryklein11 at gmail.com. Include your email address in the body, just in case you have a email blocked for privacy reasons. Put "I want a reading" in it, and that is it. We'll get back with you with a date and time and a URL link to log in and get the reading. Really pretty easy. And if you have any concern about your privacy, feel free to turn your video off, or you can log in under a different name. Just don't use Hippie Chick again. It's been taken. You can either one or both. Just want to make sure you're comfortable with your reading, and that take care of it. All right, next up, technology. Sure, you got to download from your spirit guides in terms of what kind of technology innovation is going to be coming our way in the next 10 years or so. 10 years, maybe less.
Probably less.
Longer, but yeah, the way things are going nowadays, I mean, probably will be less than 10 years. I mean,
Yeah.
things just are accelerating, especially with AI. So much stuff's coming down. But some of these things are very interesting. So take it away. Let's hear some of it.
Okay. Yeah, I sat down with Irene and I had no idea she would just download everything. And that's how I get my messages from her. They download everything within a few seconds. And then it takes me a while. I have to figure out how to articulate it. So you're going to see me reading some of these because it was just almost overwhelming. She didn't give me every single detail, but just enough to to make it interesting.
Yeah.
So these are some of the things that she had told me. One is that there would be sheets that we can buy, put on our bed, and then it comes with an app. You know how you put all the apps on your phone. But this bed in the morning when you wake up, it's going to take your sweat, it's going to take your dead skin cells and give you like a health analysis. It'll tell you, oh, your blood sugar's too high, or your cholesterol, or you don't have enough vitamin D. I mean, there's so many things
That's
that this
cool.
sheet is going to be able to tell you.
Yeah.
And she also said that there would be different types of sheets that you could buy. Like one might be kind of like a smartwatch, I guess, but it can tell you how long you slept and what, how you go through the different levels of sleep, how long you were in this level, in this level, in this level. Just all kinds of different things just from, of course, your sweat or your skin cells, because we just drop so many skin cells a lot
Yeah.
every night.
I know my Apple Watch starting to get to that point, but it's not even close. So I'm looking forward to a
Yeah.
watch that'll do that or something.
Uh-huh. And then she said that there will be toilets that, when you go potty, it takes everything that you drop in there. And again, it's almost like you're going to the lab and getting tests run on you. It can tell you again if you're low on any vitamins or testosterone or whatever. And that will probably be very common eventually that will probably be in everyone's home. I remember when they first came out with the computers. Remember that? And I thought, oh no, they're so expensive. I'll never be able to
Oh
afford one.
yeah. Uh-huh.
And now everybody has them. That's the way these toilets are going to be.
You got a computer in your pocket.
Yeah. Yeah. Who would have ever thought?
Yeah.
Told me that of course, there'll be healing beds where you can just lay on them, and that they will heal illnesses in the body. And at some point, they will even be able to help, like if you pull a muscle, things of this nature too. Those probably won't be in everyone's home for quite some time. I mean, it would just be too expensive. Told me that there would be devices that they can attach to plants, that you can hear the frequency of every plant. Every plant will have their own different sound, and it can sound like music. And some vibrate will be like an upbeat sound music. Others might be a little not quite as, more mellow. So that's kind of cool. And it's just like people, they all have their own different little personalities. Let's see what else she said. This is kind of cool. She said that there will be a lot of people coming and posting, like out on social media, things of this nature, glitches in the matrix. I guess I'll give an example. I saw a video, and this is not AI. This was for real. Someone was stuck in traffic, and the car in front of them, it was a convertible, and he could see the guy's face in the side mirror, and then he can kind of see the back of his head. Well, the guy's head was moving like this, but in the side mirror, his head wasn't moving. So that's what we mean by a glitch in the matrix.
Wow.
Or, yeah. Have you ever seen videos like that?
Yeah, I've seen that, but I just chalk it off to like special effects or CGI kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, some of them, I'm sure could be, but there's going to be a lot of that coming up to where, and I mean, not just one person will see it. It will be, hundreds of people will see the same thing.
Okay.
Like it might be a plane that just stops in the middle of the air.
Yeah.
So And
Hmm.
I've got this before from Irene for a long time. And we know that Amazon and they may even do it now, I don't know, where they um, have drones that deliver packages. I don't
Yeah.
even know if they do that, maybe.
They're,
But
in certain parts of the country, I think they're experimenting with it. Prototypes
okay,
out there. Yeah.
yeah. She told me that there will be something that will be on people's roofs where they will come and like drop it on this platform or whatnot. And it will kind of be like a chimney, only like an elevator or something that brings it down into the home. You know, there's so many people that snatch packages off of everybody's porch,
Yeah,
and
I know it.
I
Bastard.
know. And but eventually, it's just going to be more and more and more companies that are just going to be delivering, and people aren't going to want this stuff on their porch. Now, it'll take a long time. I don't know if I keep thinking I keep asking Irene, I'm like, oh, it's got to be in the backyard. And she keeps saying, no, it's on the roof of a home. So maybe not the homes that are built now. I don't know, but that's coming. I know it's coming. Let's see what else. Uh, this is kind of neat. In schools, um, children have their own little iPads. Even young kids know how to do all these iPads and stuff. She was telling me, my guides were telling me that the teacher will be up teaching a class, and all the kids, let's say there's 20 kids in the schoolroom, they'll all have their little iPads, but it's like they'll be tailor made just for them. Every child learns at a different pace or they learn things differently. And this iPad will teach them in the way that they will be able to understand it better than if it's all just generalized.
Yeah. Huh.
So and it's not that they're going to take that iPad with them from kindergarten to 12th grade, but it will all be stored like in an iCloud. And then when they say they come from the first grade, go to the second grade, it just will continue with them. And I think that'll help a lot of people. It'll be like each kid has their own little tutor. And a lot of
Yeah,
kids
really.
struggle.
They do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A lot of people autistic, you know,
Yeah.
dyslexic.
Mm-hmm. And that little iPad will know that. And of course, with all this AI, all this stuff coming up, it'll know how to get them to understand things in a different way.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
um, she even told me, whenever you want me to stop, let me know. Because
No, keep
we,
going. This is, I mean, this is kind of interesting.
okay,
How many more things do you have? A lot?
uh, kind of. Well,
Okay.
not
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Keep going.
Okay. Um, getting back to the schools, she's saying that, and I have seen this for years too, downloads that they will teach children how to manipulate energy, like how to take energy, make energy balls with their hands, and work
Really?
on healing themselves. Yeah, energy is everything is energy. And I mean, that's why we're here is to manifest. And we manifest, we just do it recklessly, a lot of us, because we don't know how. But, let's face it, these kids coming in are
You're
a
different.
lot different than what we were when we were kids, you
Yeah.
know? Um, Another thing she showed me in my guides is that we will start to see a lot of different birds that no one has ever seen before. And it's it's like a I don't know if different portals are opening or what, but people are going to start to post. It's going to be on the news, and they're going to say, hey, here's a species of bird, something we've never seen before. And this is going to happen a lot. So,
Really?
and even things in the ocean, we're going to start to do more exploring down into the ocean. we're always wanting to go up, up, up. There's so much in the ocean. I mean, let's face it, we've never been to the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
So we're going to start to go further and further down and start to see. Gosh, the minute I said that, I can hear my guide say, I was going to say, we're going to see different critters. I just heard her say, we'll see different almost civilizations. Now, I don't know if we will live to see that, but that will be further into the future. Now, she was talking about, and this is cool too, about the little, as you know, I call them ear bugs, and you said they're
Yeah.
ear pods. I always
Ear
think of little
buds.
bugs.
Bud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bud. Yeah, that's it. And I know we have those where if I'm speaking to you and you're speaking in Spanish, then it'll translate it to English for me so I can understand it.
Yeah.
But they're saying that there'll be a device that you can put in your ear, and when you're out in nature and you hear birds, you will be able to know what they're saying. It's not like they're going to be speaking in English, but you'll know if they're hungry, or you'll know if they're agitated or if they're happy. And again, it's kind of like with the plants. Every bird will have its own little frequency. And it was just really cool the way that she was explaining it to me. And you'll even be able to do that with trees as well, because everything has energy, everything's alive. And so I just think that would be fascinating, going outside and hearing all of the different sounds on a totally, totally different level than what we hear it now.
That would be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Going back to this is kind of like a mood ring, only it's like mood shirts. And they may have those now. I don't know. But she's talking about if a shirt turns a certain color, oh, then you'll know that that person is happy or this person is sad. And it's kind of fun, like a mood ring.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So
funny.
that's, and they'll even have
we should start
hats.
making those. That's technology is probably here now. We could probably make $1 million.
Yeah.
Do that ourselves.
Yeah. If we have the 100,000 for the patents, and you better make sure it hits home, or you might be out a lot of money.
I know
it. Let's see. Oh, this is so cool. Talking about alcohol, like if you're in a bar and you're drinking a beer out of a can or a bottle, and even glasses, like if you pour mixed drinks in, when people drink it from your saliva and whatever, it will be able to tell your alcohol level. You know how they do, like if you do a breathalyzer, this will show it on the can or the bottle. So if your can or your bottle turns red, or whatever color they decide to use, then that is like, you're over the limit. So if you're with somebody and they're your designated driver and you see their can turning red, you're gonna know you might want to call it Uber. But that would be good for people to know how much. Oh, you know what? I'm starting to turn a different color. Maybe I'll switch to water. Yeah. And even for the bartenders, some of these bars and stuff get in trouble for over serving.
Yeah, they get sued quite a bit.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty cool, really, for everybody.
So not the outside, not the side of the can. It's mostly like where their lips touch, where they're drinking.
No, it would be the entire can.
How would that happen?
I don't know. How would all this other stuff happen?
I don't know. That's
well. How is it that you can blow into something and it takes your air and takes your breath and tells you how much alcohol you have?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, I think that would be, if you were really smart, would be pretty easy technology. Again, it goes by, body fluids. A lot can be said by that.
Yeah, maybe some perspiration from your hand or something. I don't know.
Or even, you're not going to just pour the beer. I mean, you're going to put it on your mouth,
Yeah.
or I'd like to think, unless people try to get around it and pour it in like that. But,
oh, yeah. Right.
But yeah, that is, I see that. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, it would be.
Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah.
Do we have?
Give us a couple of more.
Yeah. Okay. I just have a couple more. One is, everybody wants to get rid of their wrinkles and saggy skin, and there's all kinds of gadgets out now.
Right here and here.
Yeah, me too. But
you go like that.
They are saying that there really will be a device, and it's a home device where you don't have to go and pay hundreds of thousands or whatever for a facelift or go to the doctor's office, that you can actually buy and do it yourself, that really works. And
bring it on.
Yeah, I hear you. But you know what? When it does get to that point, and then everybody will almost look plastic. There's so much character. There's something to be said for seeing people's wrinkles and lines in their face. I mean, that's like a roadmap of their life. And people aren't going to want to disturb that, believe it or not.
Yeah. Wow.
And she said, and my guides were telling me too, that like cellulite, you know what? I don't think there's anything for that. She said there will be something that almost like you can take an iron, and how you iron out a shirt and it gets the wrinkles. It'll be a device where you just, like my arms, you can put it on your arms and just iron it out. Now, I'd be on board for that. Me too. Yeah, I'll buy a couple for, have one for backup.
Yeah, really.
And oh, yeah. And she said there will be machines too that will, and there are now, I think they call it like cool sculpting or something, that shrink the fat cells. And these will really work too. And again, believe it or not, there are people that don't want to be skinny. People think that everybody wants to be skinny. No, they don't. And if you ask me, some people look better a little heavier. That's just not everybody, but there will be a machine where you can buy that will shrink, that really works. I mean, they're on the cutting edge and they sell a lot of stuff, but half of it doesn't work,
Well, true.
Yeah. So those are, pretty much. She gave me other things, but that might be for another show.
Yeah. Well, those are interesting.
I think that's super cool.
Yeah. I mean, the way technology has accelerated here in the last 10 to 20 years, it's hard to believe most of those things won't happen,
Yeah. I mean, I remember remember the great big albums, the albums that we put on the record player.
Yeah.
And then I remember them saying, "Oh, it'll be real little disc," and I'm like, "No, it won't." Well, here come out and then it'll be digital. No, there's no way that's going to happen. Well, now everything's digital now.
And on your cell phone, you have like the ability to access virtually any song ever made.
Yeah,
it's insane. It's just crazy.
I remember. When we auctioned off all of mom and dad's stuff, in the house, a big set of encyclopedias. Remember when you wanted to learn, you had to go look it up. And now you just, talking to a phone.
I know. It's crazy.
We have lived through a lot of changes. That is for sure.
Well, I'm waiting for the wrinkle iron whenever that comes out. Somebody let me know. And I'll buy a couple.
And the cellulite. Yeah, I want that one.
Cellulite? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on. How about a few alphabet messages here?
Okay. Um, so people are, do you want
Yeah. So
to,
let
in
me go
case they
ahead
don't know
and
what,
preface this.
yeah,
You're going to pick a letter. It's going to be A, B, or C. It'll be the first thing that pops into your head. Don't try to think about it. Uh, we want it to come from spirit, not from your own mind. And if you have time to think about it, that's coming from you. It's not coming from upstairs. So the first letter that came into your head when I first said that, that's your letter. Sherry, you're now going to
right,
give some spiritual advice based upon that letter that they chose, correct?
correct.
Okay.
All right. So for those of you who chose letter A, your guides want to tell you if you don't like what you're doing, then change it. And some of those changes might take some doing. If you work at a job that you don't like and that you hate, work on getting out of it. Don't let fear hold you back. If you don't like anything, they said try to focus more on what it is that you do like. And if you can't get out of some things, then find the thing in it that you like, and focus on that and not focus on the things that you don't like or that you can't change, because that's just going to keep you stuck in a loop. Okay. If you picked letter B, a cluttered house is a cluttered mind. This might be the time to go through and get rid of things that don't mean anything to you, or get rid of clutter, tidy things up. This will help with any anxiety. It will just give you more of a sense of peace and a sense of accomplishment. And my guides are saying, and tell them if you have a vehicle, clean that out too. Even clean the windshield to where you can notice it, and then you're proud of yourself at the end of the day because you've accomplished a lot. All right. If you pick letter C, they're saying try to limit electronics. Don't sleep with the cell phone right next to your head or with the TV on. Try to limit the time that you spend on the computer or on your phone. They're also saying get outside more. And when you're outside, don't wear them earplugs or earbuds or whatever. I can never say that right. Don't wear those unless it's the ones that are going to be the new inventions where you can hear the birds at a different level. But until then, they say go out in nature. And if you can, take your shoes off and really ground outside and be still, because you might be surprised. You might see a critter, you might see a bee, you might see a deer, whatever. And if you do see something like that, Google the spiritual meaning of it, because that can be a message from your spirit team as well. So those are our alphabet messages, and I hope that you find them helpful.
All right, good. Hopefully somebody did. We hear comments all the time from people that say that they didn't think it would work, but I mean, your reading there actually was spot on for them.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Yeah. Even if they hear this 6 months from now, a year from now, it might be just what they need to hear at that time.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, good. All right, I think that'll do it for this
okay.
week. Just want to remind everybody, next week's show, we're going to move it around a little bit. We're going to go Sundays at 3 p.m. for the show.
Eastern
YouTube,
Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time, yeah, or Daylight Time, Eastern Time, whatever it
I
is.
always call it Eastern Standard. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think that's in the winter. In the summer, I think it's daylight savings, but
Oh, okay.
3 o'clock Eastern.
There
Uh,
we go.
at least we're gonna try this here at least until the football season starts. Then all bets are off because
That's
we won't
right.
watch the football games. But you know, YouTube analytics say most of our viewers are online Sunday afternoon, so we're going to try it, see if it's there, see if we can get more viewers to watch the show. Maybe come in. Sherry can do some readings with some people. We'd love to do 2 or 3 shows a week if we can get enough people that want to sign on, want a reading from Sherry. We can do some shows that are just readings through the comment section. So hopefully we'll get to that point. Until then, we're going to do it once a week. And as of next week, next Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. And I think that's it. That'll do it. Just make sure you like, subscribe the channel, click the alert button so you can be notified of new videos once we update those or upload those. And we will hopefully see you all next Sunday,
Yeah.
3 o'clock
All right.
Eastern.
Good. Yeah.
All right. Take care, everybody.